Hi, I'm Kristen Tatman, and I'm a transformational life coach, which basically means that I like helping people transform their lives. I really like helping people to get unstuck and to take action and to get clear on what their purpose is and what it is that they really want, what they dream of doing but don't have the courage to do it. That's who I like to help. And I like to do that because that's kind of the place that I'm in right now and where I'm coming from. So today I wanted to talk to you about something of interest that I've been going through for the last couple of days. And it is about, you know, am I shutting down? And why am I shutting down? And so the question for you is, are you shutting down, and why are you shutting down? And for me, it was it was that I needed to take some action and I was afraid to. And that happens a lot. A lot of times we shut down, and I want you to understand that we shut down, which is very normal. Shutting down is something that we do in order to regain some energy, in order to get clarity. We can feel funky, and a lot of times it's like we may have conflict with somebody else, or we may have a conflict with what it is we want to be doing, or not stepping up in playing a bigger game. And so we shut down. We sort of get disappointed in ourselves, and we decide that it would be easier just to shut down and just to give up and just to recognize that we can't do it and we're not capable. And that's kind of the story that a lot of us tell. And I want you to know, the thing that's interesting is that this is so normal. Like, most of the people that I coach, they're all going through the same thing. When I sit there and listen to the stories, I go, oh, well, I have the same problem. And so do the other 15 people I'm working with right now. They're all going through the same thing as you are. So you're normal. So just, be okay with it. Don't judge it. So, it really helps you, though, to shut down, because you can get clear on the issue, which is, again, what's going on with me, and you can recharge your battery. So, like, I've been shutting down for like the last, I would say about week or something like that. I've been shutting down and, just noticing it, but noticing that I was feeling sort of drained. And what it does is it forces us to connect to ourselves. And, you know, eventually you'll get tired of being shut down and you'll say, what the hell is going on? So I'm telling you now that it's really an easy process, and you could save yourself a lot of time if you would just stop and say, oh, wow, I'm shutting down. I haven't responded to the emails that I was supposed to. I haven't done the work I promised. I haven't responded to texts. I didn't go to the party I wanted to last night. Like, I was all in before I signed up, and now I don't want to go. So yeah, I'm shutting down. And say, what's going on? It's really simple. You just ask yourself. You have to quiet yourself, quiet your mind a little bit. I like to connect to my heart, and I like to close my eyes and just say, hey, what is going on? And you will be amazed. But between you, your divine guidance, what have you, whether you've God or a higher power, whatever, you will get the answer. And the first thing that comes up for you is it. So it might be like, I have a conflict. I have a little list here. It's like, you may be showing up inauthentically. You may be wearing a mask every day, and you may be recognizing that you're telling people what they want to hear, and it doesn't feel right, but you don't know why you did it. You may have shown up in a business meeting that way, and now you're mad at yourself. So it's all about just finding out what it is and nipping it in the bud. You may have to go say to somebody, hey, you know what, I showed up inauthentically. I told you what you wanted to hear, but that's not really what I wanted, and now I'm having regrets because now I'm stuck with something that I don't want to be doing, or what have you. You may not be in alignment with your values or your word. You may have promised somebody something and then not delivered it, or you may be kind of poking fun at somebody else, knowing that you don't want to be a gossip, or that you don't want to criticize others, but you did it just to get along with the group and to fit in and to people please. Like, those are all the things that cause us to shut down. I know it sounds really simple, but when you're not living in alignment with who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world, this is the kind of stuff that can happen. So you may be playing small. You may not be speaking up for yourself. You may have had somebody kind of put you in your place and it didn't feel good, but you didn't say anything, and now you're mad at yourself because you allowed someone to treat you a way that didn't feel good to you and that you didn't want to be treated like. And you may be people pleasing, like I mentioned before. A lot of times we just do and say whatever is the easiest, which it seems like the easiest at the time, but it's really not the easiest, because eventually we shut down or we have lots of judgment around it. So take notice of that and just say to yourself, you can go back. There's no reason why you can't go back to somebody and say, hey, you know what, the other day I've been thinking about it. It's actually really been bugging me, and I realized that I needed to come say something to you about it. And I told you what you wanted to hear because it was the easy thing to do. But honestly, it wasn't the best thing for you. It wasn't the most honest thing to do. And so I want to just get clear, and I want to say that this is what I do want, and this is how I want to show up, and this is what I'm expecting, or whatever. Whether you took a raise that sucked and you hated it and you were not in alignment with what they offered you, but you took it anyway because you didn't want to lose your job. If it's eating at you, go say something. You know what? The people will respect you more for speaking up for what you want. People don't want a bunch of doormats working for them. If you're being a doormat in a relationship and with your friends, eventually, when you start changing and you start showing up for yourself, you may lose those friends, but they may not be friends that you wanted to be friends with to begin with anyway. So anyway, the last thing is you may be pushing down your own desires and your own feelings, and really not allowing yourself to feel, and not allowing yourself to connect to what you want and what feels right for you. So it causes you to shut down. It causes you to sort of sit and kind of dwell. And a lot of times people don't dwell. They'll go to something else, like an addiction. They'll be addicted to their screens, or they'll be addicted to being busy, or they'll be addicted to alcohol or drugs, or they'll go do something else so they don't have to face what's going on inside. But I can tell you right now, this stuff doesn't go away. It doesn't stop. Like, you will always have this shutting down is going to be a part of who you are. So it's really important for you just to notice that I'm shutting down, got to figure out what it is so that I can move forward, because this is perfectly normal behavior, but it will continue to happen, and it will hold you back. And we don't have time to be shut down for long periods of time. It can cause you to go into a deep depression. So if it's a big enough conflict, or if it's a big enough issue that you're having. So anyway, that's it for today. Just wanted to let you know that this is my first YouTube video that I'm going to be posting. And if you want more like this, please like my YouTube channel, and feel free to follow my Facebook page. It's Kristen Tatman Coaching. The YouTube channel is Kristen Tatman Coaching, and you can also follow me on Instagram as Kristen Tatman Coaching, or I think it's Coach Kristen Tatman, and Snapchat, I'm on there as K Tatman. So anyway, I would love your follows, and if this resonated with you, or if this helped you in any way today, please comment below. And thank you so much for being here.